Ron Rivera is not going to be the coach in 2024. They have a brand new owner. Like their team's just not good enough. Though I actually think they're kind of an intriguing job opening whenever it comes. They do have some young, talented pieces. If you're not in position to get a top quarterback, you got a guy that at least you could play a season with who's cheap as you figure things out. But I was thinking Josh Harris, they showed him tonight in the booth, and he obviously owns the Sixers, and their last two coaches have been Doc Rivers and now Nick Nurse, who just got fired by the Raptors, but won a championship with Kawhi Leonard and was known as, one of the better coaches before last year in all of the NBA. So their last two coaches have been big time bright lights guys. And I think we talk a lot about, and listen, just because Eberflus won the night, I by no means think he's some lock to be the coach in 2024. He's coaching for his job for the next 3 months. Bears fans would agree. Like he ain't on scholarship. That's for damn sure. But there's a lot of Harbaugh, Chicago. Shouldn't Chicago try to take a big swing? Jim Harbaugh was drafted there, played there. Like, doesn't make a lot of Midwest, Big Ten country. Why wouldn't Washington be all over him? Like I just said, this owner has gone after big names in the NBA. How do you spend that much money on a team and not do it in the NFL? To think he's just going to hire, and a lot of teams do, the next offensive coordinator, the next sexy name, Ben Johnson with the Lions. I'm not saying they won't interview them, and hell, maybe they do end up hiring him. But I see this guy sniffing around. This is a brand that has fallen on very, very hard times the last 20 years. I mean, Dan Snyder obviously ruined everything surrounding the team, including the actual team. It's just been a very ugly period of time for a franchise that, if some of you that are a little older than me probably remember them in their heyday when they were competing with the Niners, the 80s Bears, the 80s Giants, right, to win Super Bowls and to be one of the best teams in the league. Well, that feels like eons ago. And I do wonder if you're a new owner, that it's one thing, hiring a coach in football is very, very difficult, especially when you're hiring coordinators. For every Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, there are a lot of Joe Judges and Pat Shurmurs and Vance Josephs. There is no formula. It's a lot like drafting players. You do all your due diligence, you meet with the people, you feel good about it, but you never know. And you never know till it's too late, and then the guy's coaching your team and you realize he's not the guy. The easiest way to avoid that is just go big game hunting. And to me, Jim Harbaugh, when you factor in, like, even the Urban Meyers and the Lincoln Rileys, those guys never coached in the NFL. We saw Urban Meyer not even last year. Like, Lincoln Riley's name's not going to go away, but the dude is allergic to defense. Like, that ain't going to work in the NFL. Loved Mike Leach. R.I.P. I miss Mike Leach. I wish he was obviously still around coaching. He was a fun character. But, like, when you don't care about defense, you have no shot. Jim Harbaugh not only knows NFL football as a player and as a coach, defense is a huge part of his ethos, and they have some pieces in Washington. So you watch, forever it was the Dolphins were always getting linked to, God, the Dolphins are sniffing around Harbaugh or, Coach X, right? Some big name guy. They're always trying to, Tom Brady, now it feels like they got McDaniel, their team's pretty good. They've kind of mellowed out a little bit. I think the team that you're going to start seeing being circled is the Washington Commanders. Well, that might not even be their name because they might change it. But what we saw tonight, pretty lifeless effort for a large percentage of it. Definitely the first half was pretty embarrassing. And overall, to let Fields kind of kick your ass like that, you got to go back to the drawing board. But, if you believe in the football gods, if you just believe in things bigger than yourself, under no circumstances were the Chicago Bears losing on the day that Dick Butkus passed away.